Hey guys, it's Connor here. Uh, I got to go to the first regionals in over 2 years. It felt amazing. I used Phantom Knights, not just regular Phantom Knights, but a very thick Phantom Knight deck. 56 cards to be exact. I tried over 56, like 60 cards, but it just wasn't working as good. 56 just seemed like the right number. I was able to play more hand traps than a 40 card build, but while also still being able to play. Um, but I wasn't also like clunking on too many hand traps. It just really worked for me well. I got my invite at the regionals. I went to Indianapolis if anybody else was there. But yeah, great time. But I'll show you guys the deck. First off, I'm going to start off with the Phantom Knight monsters. 3 Phantom Knights Torn Scales. Fantastic card. He was amazing. He was so good. Yeah, it's really good. 3 Silent Boots. Being able to just special summon them from hand is so good. Best extender. 2 Ancient Cloak. This is really good. It's almost like you're drawing any other Phantom Knight, pretty much. The only thing that's unfortunate is there's no real way to special summon him. If he's just sitting in your hand with some other normal summon, that sucks. Otherwise, I would play 3 of them for sure. Ragged Gloves. This is whatever Phantom Knight you want it to be, which is pretty cool. Stained Greaves. I was iffy on this card, but I decided to go ahead and play it. It was okay. It wasn't ever outstanding, though. Some people are, like, sworn to playing this card. It's not bad, but it's, not fantastic. I don't know. I'd probably still play it, but I'm not as sold on it as some people. Next up for the Rite of Aramesir engine, which this stuff was so good. I got 3 Rite of Aramesir, 3 Water Enchantress of the Temple, 1 Wandering Griffin Rider, 1 Fateful Adventure, and 1 Dracoback the Rideable Dragon. This engine was amazing all day. Almost everybody I versed was using this engine. I don't think necessarily everybody, but definitely most of the people. This card was such a target for Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit all day. Or anything like they had a back row removal, Phoenix Enforcer. Like, this card was a huge target all day for getting destroyed. It was such an amazing engine. I think playing this just gives you such an edge. Next for the Fusion Destiny package, 2 Fusion Destiny, 1 Destiny Hero Dasher, and 1 Destiny Hero Celestial. Out of everything in the deck, the Destiny Hero package was probably the best. Phoenix Enforcer, just coming back every turn and getting to make your opponent lose a card, it was just outstanding. A lot of people were actually not destroying Dark Phoenix Enforcer himself. They were actually destroying something else they controlled, and then one of the opponent's cards. The reason being is a lot of people were playing around the Dark Charmer, because getting your DP stolen is just like, whoa. Like, geez. But DP was probably the best card of the weekend, honestly. So good. Next up is the extenders. Plus, some of these are actually like 1-card combos. 1 Psychic Wielder and 1 Psychic Tracer. Good cards. Some of the best extenders. But the better one is 3 Emergency Teleport. Now this is the best extender, but it summons these 2 from deck. Really good. One Foolish Burial, which this can be a starter as well, because you can send a Water Enchantress. That's usually what I sent a lot of the times, but sometimes I can send other things. One Reinforcement of the Army. These were the really two good one-ofs. I played one Danger Tsuchinoko and one Danger Jackalope. I think other people are really not completely sold on these, but I really liked them a lot. They were really good for me. I'd definitely continue playing them. One Junk Ford. I wanted something that I could just special summon that I could also search off Rhoda. Good card. It wasn't like outstanding, but it was definitely good. And I played one Speedroid Terratop and one Speedroid Takatomborg. Speedroid Terratop is the best one of these cards to draw. It gets you to anything in the entire deck you want. You want the Destiny Hero package, he gets you there. You want to send Water Enchantress to the graveyard, he gets you there. You want to make a rank 3, gets you there. Link 2, there. And it did mean I had to play Speedroid Takatomborg, but I have multiple wind monsters in this deck, so it made me okay with it. Because Griffin Rider is a wind monster, so if I draw those two together, he is an extender. I don't recall him ever being a dead draw. Next up for the hand traps / going second cards. One Artifact Lancia. This was to set off Artifact Dagda. Good card. It was, I don't recall it ever being like outstanding, but hey, it's worth playing. 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. These were definitely the best 2 hand traps, for sure. I would definitely consider, I would definitely continue playing 3 of each of these again. They were both really good. So those, and 2 Forbidden Droplet. This was pretty good. I was kind of iffy on this. I wasn't completely sold on if I should be main decking this or not, but I'm glad I did. Every time I drew it, it was a good card. 2 Skullmeister. This was also a good card. It hit a lot. I was thinking I'd be playing against more Cyberse Eldritch decks, and it hits pretty much everything in that deck. But I did not face very many of those. So yeah. But it's good against a lot of other things. I think it's an underrated card. 2 Nibiru. This was questionable in the main. It's a good card, but some players play around it perfectly, but then other players don't. So it really more depends on the player rather than the deck, because the better players will play around this, with making it not as good, but then it just punishes the lesser good players. So this one is definitely kind of more questionable, but I still liked it nonetheless. And 2 Effect Veiler. I just wanted something that could just negate effects, like, because if I didn't have Effect Veiler or Infinite Impermanence, which I did not play Infinite Impermanence, by the way, if I didn't have this, I couldn't negate a Verde Anaconda going second, and I feel like DP was the best thing of the whole weekend in anybody's deck. So I just wanted to negate that. I didn't play Impermanence because because a lot of times you get all 5 of your spell and trap card zones full, so I just wanted to still be able to do stuff with that. 1 Artifact Scythe. This is kind of a lone card. Yeah. Believe it or not, this did not come up very much. I did not get Scythe very much, and I did not Scythe them very much. A lot of times, just almost every game, like, somebody had a hand trap, so, like, it just didn't come up very often. I think I only Scythe locked one person one time the entire day. And then for the Phantom Knight traps that you set off of Rusty Bardiche, 3 Phantom Knight Fogblade, 1 Phantom Knight Wing, and 1 Phantom Knight Shade Brigade. This is also an extender because you can hard draw it and it does stuff. These were all good. I liked every single one of them. Even if I was going second, I normally left all 3 Fogblade in. I normally sided that out if I knew I was going second. But this was just so good, grinding with it and always having something to set off of Rusty Bardiche. Really good. For the extra deck, Cherubini, amazing card. Possibly the best thing in the extra deck. Actually, no, there's one thing better in there in the extra deck. You probably already know what I'm going to say. 1 Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche, amazing card. Verde Anaconda, Artifact Dagda. I actually didn't go into this that many times. I was kind of shocked, but still a good card. You still want to play it. Now this was the best card in the extra deck. Phoenix, Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. This was the card of the weekend, I think, in everybody's deck. It was just so good. Outstanding. If one player had Phoenix Enforcer, keeping coming back, and the other player didn't, it was just such an edge. Sometimes in a grind game like Phoenix Enforcer, just by itself, you could have nothing else, and that would just give you an edge, and you'd end up winning the game because of it. But these are definitely the best cards in the extra deck right here. Then we got 2 Phantom Knights of Breaksword. I don't think there was very many times that I ever went into the second one, so I don't know if I'd still play the second one, but it did definitely come up at least a couple times. Fantastic card though. 1 Levier the Sea Dragon. This was really good. I loved this card. You know, I'd maybe even take out the second one of that for another Levier. I don't know. It was just a good card. 1 Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder. I took out Downard Magician the night before for something else. But this, I went into this a lot, but I normally only needed one of the send everything to the graveyard anyways, so the Downard Magician I don't think really would have made much of a difference. 1 Link Spider. Yeah. 1 Dark the Dark Charmer, Gloomy. This was a really good card. This made people play differently. I went into it a lot of times to steal their Phoenix Enforcer. Really good card. And your opponent had to really think, like, if they wanted to, like, destroy this, because then, you know, you get a search. Yeah, this was just a really good card. Really good in the grind. Like, it was safe to go into, because even if they destroy it, you get a Dark Monster. 1 IP Masquerena. This is what I cut the Downard Magician for. I'm pretty glad I played it. I only went into it a couple times, but it was a good card. 1 Appaloosa. I was really set on playing this card because I wanted to not just play into Nibiru if I didn't have Griffin Rider on the field. I wanted to just be able to put all the damage on board and just not lose to that card. It was really good though. I think I summoned it against Sword Soul a couple times, and it just stopped them from playing. 1 Nightmare Unicorn, really good card. I think you gotta play it. And 1 Access Code Talker. This is your finisher off card. Really good. I think I only went into him a couple times, but still a really good card. Had a great time at the regionals. Really amazing time. I'm so glad we're doing this again. But yeah, hope to keep doing this. I hope they don't cancel any more regionals. But yeah, it's good to play Yu-Gi-Oh again. Have a good one, guys.